find yourself in the lantern room of a lighthouse.
Is there a lighthouse keeper? Appears here we got a cold one.
Why don't you hit the same thing the Emperor's coming through?
The storm, the lighthouse, Emperor's arrival by boat. Seems like it's all a ploy.
I'm curious of our nature here.
I just stole this stone from an air elemental on the top of that goddamn mountain.
Top of the stone end to the little socket.
As you do this, as the light lines, you also hear this high-pitched whining. Your vision fade and they reach the line.
Welcome back to Stellar Continuum. My name is Cole Porter. I will be your dungeon master, and today I am joined by Joey Stanca,
Merrick, Castalon,
Tyler Fink,
Silcadre, Ducard,
and Ashton Rock.
I'll be playing Big Daddy.
Fantastic. Welcome back. Let's dive into our next adventure. And like every other day, your characters kind of awake from their, we'll call it slumber, in the same way they normally do. The ringing in your ears recedes, the darkness in your vision starts to creep away, the numbness in your limbs turns to feeling, and you find yourself coming back into consciousness, rising from the fog of before. And today, we find ourselves waking up in what feels like a cave. You find yourself in a very dry air, but in a fairly dark place. As your eyes adjust, you see that you're actually in a small kind of dead end of a natural kind of organic cave made of sandstone. And you can feel kind of a grit on the ground as you push yourselves up. Why don't we start with Merrick today, as you kind of stand up and get your bearings.
Oh. God. The ringing never goes away, does it? And I kind of see my two partners, I guess, still laying on the ground. And
yeah, kind of stirring.
I kind of just start looking around, observing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I notice, is there any other living organisms that I notice?
Yeah. You don't see anything else living as your eyes adjust. Actually, why don't you give me a perception check just to be thorough about it.
Okay.
You start looking around, listening. What do we get?
7.
7. You don't notice any organisms immediately, but you do hear, as you're listening, you do hear a rhythmic clanking like metal on rock coming from further down in this cave, kind of down the passageway.
Is it sort of a clear path?
It twists and turns a bit, but you can tell it's not a very long path because there's some light kind of diffusing through the hall. Like there's a source of light not far away,
okay,
but you can't see a clear shot to it from where you are. And as you're kind of taking this in, Silcadre Ducard, you come to your bearings as well.
Oh, I'll be. He's gonna look around for a moment and just kind of be like, "Where's Winwood at?"
And as you discuss your previous companion, your new one fully comes awake, comes online. Ashton, why don't you describe to us your new character?
He has long, thin blonde hair, definitely thinning, and kind of going bald, kind of around the top. He has very long, kind of dirty blonde, like mutton chops. He's an older half-orc with kind of like a light bluish hue to my skin, kind of like really big biceps, like a wrap around each of my biceps and around my wrist, and kind of these two smaller tusks. Definitely past his prime, but he's just kind of like that old man, really shredded look. He's probably like 6'3", 6'2", like 260, 270, like mostly muscle, but also like has some fat for sure, like around the midsection. Like he you can just tell he's probably been like pumping some sort of PED like his whole life, but just like has like a very withered look. Has on like a brown vest, like a little denim shirt, kind of like this underneath. Chest open, some denim pants and some flip flops, like toed flip flops. As I rise, kind of wipe my. Well, you sons of bitches, I ain't seen you in forever. How has it been? I'm gonna give you both a hug. I'm not gonna touch you right now. You son of a bitch! It's Big Daddy.
That's Big Daddy.
Here he is.
Great.
That's
Big Daddy.
Man, well, I haven't seen y'all in so long.
It's been a while.
Merrick. It's Big Daddy.
I know. It's been a while.
Man, where are we? Where are we here?
I don't know.
What do we got in store today?
Sorry. Seems to be a cave.
All right, well,
Well, it seemed like there was some light coming from down there.
It seems like we
Is,
are in some sort of cave.
Some sort of clanking noise I was hearing before we started talking, but
Yeah, you all hear this continued kind of rhythmic clanking. Again, it feels like, it sounds like metal hitting rock. You kind of hear some crumbling sounds coming through as well. And I'll say that now that you're all kind of awake and your eyes are fully adjusted, looking around this kind of smaller cavernous room that you're in, you see that the walls here are all kind of have these pot marks, these large kind of bread loaf-sized holes kind of pulled out of slightly varying size and shape. But it looks like something's been kind of extracted out of the walls here in this cave. Clanking in the other room continues to go, and you can still see this kind of, I'll call it a bluish light coming from.
Investigation check. Just kind of want to see if there's any residue of like material.
Yeah. Give me an investigation
Mind or
check
something.
as you look around these holes and on the ground.
Natural 20. baby.
No.
oh,
You're kidding me. Fantastic.
Thanks for watching today's episode. This has been Silcadre, Ducard, and Friends.
As Silcadre, as you kind of are back online now, back conscious, and your mind starts to sharpen, and you sort of focus your energies into examining any evidence that might be found in this room. So you look in these holes kind of in the wall, you look around them on the ground, and you see that mostly you have this kind of crumbly sandstone, but you also find shards, small reflective shards of a cloudy crystal. Kind of like a gemstone, but more of this kind of a vague cloudy color, not necessarily green or red or anything like that. And it looks like debris of something being extracted.
Are there any pieces that are like large enough for me to like take and just kind of put in my pocket to keep?
Yeah, I'll say so. I'll say that you find kind of wedge further in one of these holes. You can pull it out, say about the size of an American quarter,
Cool.
In diameter.
I'll just put that in my bag.
Yeah, you pocket the crystal.
I'm gonna come over and out of my jacket, reach for these big, fucking like reflective glasses. I'm gonna throw them on. Let me. I see one of those. What do we got here?
It seems to be some sort of gemstone.
I'll like lick it and try to see if I get anything from licking it. I return it to you.
It tastes a little bitter and very dusty. Not too pleasant. If you've ever licked a Nintendo Switch gaming cartridge,
I certainly have.
yeah, similar taste to that,
Okay.
but otherwise no distinct flavor.
can I make some sort of a history check just based on, I don't know, just the type of dirt and the lack of humidity?
Yeah, based on this limited information, it'll be a high DC, but give me a history check.
Damn. 4.
You're in a desert, or a desertous-like environment for sure. Beyond that, hard to tell.
All right.
Hard to tell on this limited information. It's okay that's okay because there's not much to see so far.
Get anything from the dirt there?
A lot of dirt in my mouth. I'm gonna be kind of like, while they're doing all this, I'm gonna be like deep stretching. Like kind of woke up in a weird position, really trying to stretch off some of this, like
Yeah.
get my body limber. And well, maybe we just head down this hall here and
I agree. Maybe we should head on down.
Yeah.
Start going out. Obviously, there must be someone down there.
Doesn't seem like we got anything here.
Yeah.
Daddy's feeling cramped up. Let's head.
You go first, Daddy. We'll follow you.
I will.
Big Daddy, you lead the way out of this kind of smaller cave, and you kind of follow this sort of winding natural tunnel towards the light. And what you find is it opens up into kind of a larger kind of junction of tunnels. And you see in this kind of brass lantern kind of hanging from a metal support beam across kind of the middle of this cavern. There's this lantern kind of faintly swaying. It's got a chunk of crystal in it that's emitting this bright blue light, which is the light source that you saw coming through the tunnel. And you also see the source of the clanking sound, because on the other side of the cavern, you see a kind of weathered human man. He's got kind of a long sleeve, dusty shirt that's rolled up to the elbows. He's got suspenders on and kind of these canvas pants, and he's wielding this pickaxe. And as you see him use it, you see that kind of situated in the middle of the head of the pickaxe is this kind of almost like a piston weight that's moving with his swings. And there's a bit of steam that comes out each time he hits it. It goes almost assisting his swings. And he seems to be just hacking away at this wall, which you see has a couple of large, about, again, like bread loaf size crystals embedded in it. It looks like he's hacking away, trying to clear more from the wall, and there's a wheelbarrow next to him filled with these large crystals and chunks of them as well.
And we're in like speaking distance?
You were like 15 feet from him. Cool. Yeah, 20 feet.
Hello there, my friend.
You say that, he just keeps going. Doesn't seem to register your
What does
voice.
he look like? You said he was a human?
He's a human. Yeah, he's a human man. He's dressed kind of like a prospector.
And he didn't react.
No, he didn't react to your voice at all.
I'm gonna kind of slowly approach, kind of like waving. I'll have one hand on my blaster.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
You approach, and as you wave and continue to speak at him, he doesn't alter his mining at all.
Can I go just tap him on the shoulder?
Yeah, you can go tap him on the shoulder.
Go tap him, just be like, "Excuse me, sir."
As you do that, there's no change to the pattern of his work. I will say though, Merrick, as you kind of look around and see his face, you see he's got this kind of long beard, kind of scrappy, dirty hair. You see his eyes are kind of glazed over. There's almost like a bit of a fog over the surface of his eyes.
When he goes back at the, kind of like the apex of his swing, I'd like to just grab the, not in like an aggressive way, I just kind of want to stop his process.
Yeah. As you grab the pickaxe on the backswing, you see he starts to swing forward, but you kind of hold it in place. You see he kind of stops.
And I'm going to kind of pat him on the side there and be like, "Old timer, you don't look so good. What's going on with you?"
And are you still holding on to the pickaxe? Yeah. He just continues to look forward, holding on to the pickaxe, and doesn't respond to your voice.
I wonder if it's something to do with these here crystals or something. Got them all jumbled up.
He does look a little possessed or controlled, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get right in his face.
Yeah, like he doesn't smell that good.
And just like wave in front of his eyes.
You see that his eyes don't follow your hand. He doesn't react. His muscles don't twitch. He just seems to be waiting to continue.
I'm gonna release the axe.
As you do, he starts mining again.
There's another area that we could.
So you see the mine kind of branches off a couple different ways, but it seems like there's one or two offshoots that look like similar to where you came from, kind of organic tunnel. But starting where this man is and going up a larger one, you see that this is a more engineered tunnel. There are these big metal supports, kind of like pistons built in with gears and things on the side, kind of providing a support system that goes out, kind of sloping upwards another direction.
Can we tell if one of them lead to the outside?
You would probably guess the one with the metal supports leads to the outside. It seems like, and you can see like wheelbarrow tracks and things in the ground there. It looks like this is the most frequented path, so maybe kind of the access to this mine.
Okay.
I say we try and head on this way and get led on outside and get out this cave.
Probably be smart. Leave the man to his work. Seems like a busy guy.
He's just a hard-working fella doing hard-working things with bells.
So you all leave the prospector to continue mining kind of in his rhythmic, kind of enchanted way, and you start making your way out of this mine. There's more of these kind of blue crystal lanterns hung along the way. You notice that all these supports are all various metals. There's some steel and some brass, and they all seem pretty well designed, almost like a pop-up support that someone would bring into the mine and set up. Again, there's pistons and kind of clockwork or like gear work on the side holding the thing in place. As you go, there's kind of different stations where you see there's big carts that are half full of crystals, and there's various tools, like more of those pickaxes that have that kind of piston work built in. And eventually you see sunlight at the end of this tunnel, and it opens up into a kind of a gray-blue sky. And as you reach the entrance to this tunnel, or rather the exit for you all, you find yourself looking over a fairly arid land. I wouldn't call it a desert in the sense of sand dunes and things like that. There is a light dusting of sand, and as there's a faint wind that blows, you can see it kind of push dust and sand along the ground. But it's mostly this kind of cracked earth. It's a hot, kind of scorching sun shining down on you. You kind of feel the heat now that you're out of the cave. And again, a very dry air. What I'll say you see is you're up on a hill, and down the hill there's a collection of buildings that form a small town. You see that there's some wooden buildings, but also some that are made of kind of sheet metal, including one large kind of vault-like structure closer to the mine. And there's also a large kind of ravine on the other end of town. And from there you see other small mountains and hills, kind of like the one that you're seem to be emerging from now, that have other cave entrances to them.
Well, where do we think we should head to?
Daddy thinks we should head down to this town.
Seems like the only option.
Something's
idea.
afoot here.
Yeah, and it is definitely one of the feet, or at least one of the toes of that foot is this heat.
I don't understand. Let's head down to the town.
Very well. So you all kind of descend this hill from the entrance to this cave, and again, you see a lot of tracks leading up to this. It seems to be what would normally be a very active place. There's a lot of signs of work, but you still have only seen that one guy in the mine. As you kind of descend towards this town, it's quiet, very quiet. There's no sounds necessarily of conversation or activity. You don't see anyone in the streets. And it's not a big town by any means, maybe a couple dozen buildings. But as you approach, you see that there's a very faded sign kind of hanging on a post that says, "Welcome to Regathon." And as you kind of enter into the town, you kind of look down the main street, and again, it's quiet. There's no signs of people out and about. But you do see that there's a saloon on one side of the street, and what seems to be maybe a jail on the other side. And otherwise a lot of other buildings, like a general goods store and kind of the normal array of businesses that you would expect to see in a town like this.
So as we approach the sign that says welcome to, what was it, Regathon?
Yeah.
I like to take out this little box out of my bag. Kind of looks like a camera, essentially.
Okay.
And I hit a button. Look at that, I actually got a charge today. And I take a picture of the sign.
You take a snap. Are they next to it, or just the sign?
It's like the two of them walking into, if you
Just
want to
do
turn
this.
around for the picture. All right, boys.
Thumbs up.
And I take a shot
And I
at it.
grab you really aggressively.
Fingers digging in.
Wow. I didn't think I'd ever have a charge on this thing again, and I put it away.
Amazing. Yeah, you take the snapshot on this sort of sci-fi camera that you have in your pocket. It seems like almost like the sun in this place charged it up.
Yeah.
There's some solar cells or something. And you get this shot. Is this like a Polaroid, or is it like a...
No, it doesn't spit out any film or
Yeah.
anything, but
Perfect.
yeah.
Amazing. So you get this shot, really hungover looking Silcadre, death grip by Big Daddy. Incredible. How would you? Where do you guys want to go from here? What are you looking for?
I kind of just want to find some people.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a saloon or like a sheriff's office or something.
Yeah. Why don't you give me a perception check? Listen for some signs of life.
That is a 15.
15. The main sounds you hear, there's kind of some creaking as the wind kind of blows against the buildings a bit, and dust and sand rocks kind of tumble across the ground. But you do hear very faintly the sounds of an out-of-tune piano emitting from the saloon. That's the only sound you hear that's non-natural. So that might be a good place to start if you're looking for someone alive.
Well, let's head that way.
A little spooked here, but we'll do it.
Be all right.
All right.
We've been in spots like this
I'm
before.
just, you know how I am. I'm just a little.
Just keep it cool.
All right.
Keep it cool. Don't think about it.
I'm cool.
Great.
I'm so cool.
So you make your way kind of down the street, kind of see down these side alleys where, again, there's kind of no one's out, no one's about. You don't hear any signs of life now other than this ragtime piano. It gets a bit closer as you approach the saloon. And as you get to the saloon, they have those kind of shutter doors. Push your way in. And as you do, you see that you're in the middle of kind of not a very large bar, but there's this kind of horseshoe bar in the middle, a bunch of tables and chairs arrayed around. And one side of the room, there is a piano with an open front to it, and inside it you see a bunch of gears and springs turning, and the piano plays on its own, this sort of, again, very, very kind of out of tune ragtime melody in the corner. But as you scan around, you see there are two people in the saloon. One, there's a bartender, a barkeep behind the bar. He's polishing the wood of the bar itself, and you see that this is a warforged man, so kind of a clockwork humanoid of sorts. Got rolled up sleeves, vest, and a bolo tie, and again he's kind of polishing the bar. Looks up as you come in, and then also sitting at the bar, kind of in the back corner, you see another human man who is nursing this stiff glass of a dark liquor, kind of in the corner. The barkeep looks up at you. Oh, hey there, gentlemen.
Robot.
This is exactly what I need.
Hey, hop on up there, detective. Get yourself
I'm gonna
something.
Go sit up at the bar. Go. So what kind of liquor do you have?
What kind of liquor do we have? Oh, we got all the best kinds. He comes up, pulls a couple bottles up. We got whiskey. We got brandy. We got what I like to call the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. What's this good stuff?
The good stuff. He pulls over this bottle that kind of shimmers a bit, but it's this kind of still a dark, kind of whiskey-colored liquor. Now this is made from the byproduct of crystal refining. There's a certain special sugar that comes off of that. You ferment that, you distill that, you get this.
And that is safe for consumption?
It is for me. Ha!
Well, what about me?
Well, Jeff over here likes it. Gestures over to the guy sitting at the bar who's drinking it. You can see that you look now, you see his glasses shimmer a bit as he kind of sips on it. He kind of gives you a nonverbal cheers. He continues to drink.
What is your name, friend?
Computing.
It's for the wiki.
The what?
Don't ask.
Name's Billy Lane, friend.
Nice to meet you, Bill.
I gotta say, we don't get many travelers through here, especially these times. What brings you to Regathon?
Seems like kind of a ghost town here.
Something like that.
Barkeep. Didn't ask me what I wanted to drink.
Yeah, where are my manners? What would you like to drink?
Whatever he's having.
Yeah, some of the good stuff. Pours you a glass. What about you, friend?
Just some whiskey for me.
Yeah, just some whiskey.
Is this poison? Sure smells like it.
Now, I gotta say, no, it's not poison, but between you and me and Jeff, gestures to the guy at the bar, poison's not a good joke to make right now. Huh?
Why is that?
Oh, it's kind of funny you said it because the well water around here, it's been poisoned.
Is this just water?
No,
Okay, Bob.
No, it's
Looks
not.
dark.
I wouldn't just serve you water. Now listen here. All right. The well water's been poisoned. So between you and me, don't drink any water while you're here. Just do what Jeff does and only drink liquor.
Is that why there's nobody around here?
Oh, they're around. They're just, they're all in the town hall.
What are they doing there?
Huh. Laying there.
Are they dead?
No. Yeah, they're all glossy-eyed. They just lay there, don't move. Real shame. Real crisis at our hands, really.
About when would you say this all happened?
I'd say the first people started getting sick. What do you say, Jeff? About 3 days ago?
Yeah, about 3 days ago.
Yeah.
This all happened in 3 days? Took out the whole town?
It's an arid place. People gotta drink water, not me. Because
Has anything changed in the last 3 days? Why would the water suddenly be poisoned?
well, better question for the sheriff. But between you and me, turns out there's a gang that's set up in one of the old mines across the ravine. And there's a creek, underwater stream, that feeds our well, and they poison the thing.
Sounds like there's some gang activity.
Yeah, that's what we say. It's a gang over there.
That's a very good observation there, Big Daddy.
You're a smart man. I like you.
really
Sounds like a
observant.
bunch of bullies, and I don't like bullies.
Yeah. I think you might be onto something. See?
All
We
right.
can potentially maybe take care of this gang for you. Is the sheriff around, or is he also one of those folks that are?
Yeah, sheriff's around. He should be down at the sheriff's office or the town hall. One of the two.
Well, I suggest we go and talk to this person, go visit the town hall. Oh, and then perhaps maybe go and check out this mine and see if there's a gang there.
Yeah.
But we could definitely use the help.
Yeah.
You'd be heroes.
It's kind of what we do.
What's the deal with, what was his name, Jeff?
Jeff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just doesn't drink water?
No, I haven't drank water in 30 years.
Oh, all right. That would explain that.
Yep. Can't poison a man if he doesn't drink water.
Yep, sure. All right.
I'm with that.
Why don't we
I like
stop
you,
at the
Jeff.
town hall, see how bad it is, and then go talk to the sheriff?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, those be 3 specs, please.
I don't got a spec on me.
I got a spec, but you don't want it.
No, I do. You got to pay for the drinks. See, you come in here.
I'll tell you what we'll do.
We're just passing through, that's all, you know.
We're gonna save your town and bring all these folks back in here drinking to you.
I tell you what, I'll put it on your bill. If you kill the gang members, drinks on the house.
Forever.
Till Thursday.
Deal.
What day is it?
It's Thursday.
You son of a bitch.
Okay. Tell you what, clear out the bandits, I'll clear your tab. How's that sound?
You got a deal.
Anything else you guys want to do while you're in the saloon?
I'd like to go over to Jeff.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk to that guy.
Yeah.
I think that I have a problem with, Big Daddy has a problem with personal space, so I'm just gonna kind of get close up to this guy. Hey there, friend.
You're a bit too close for my comfort, friend.
Well, that's all right. Now, you listen here. You got any friends or family in that town hall?
Yeah, I got some friends in out there.
You've just been drinking yourself silly, haven't you?
Yeah.
Why do you think these bandits try to do that? What do they got to gain?
I reckon they want control of the crystal mine or something like that.
Those crystals are worth a pretty penny.
Yeah.
All right. I shoot it. I think you've had enough. I slam it, and we walk out.
Wait, hang on.
I just start to walk.
He takes his empty glass and shucks at you.
I just keep going.
I'm just going to see if he hits you. Does a 12 hit?
No.
You see the glass flies past, shatters against the wall. Oh, hey, don't gotta be throwing stuff around here, Jeff, all right? Just let him go. And I'll top you off. He kind of gives you guys a look as you walk out and fills up Jeff a new glass and hands it off to him.
While he's talking to Jeff, I'd just like to kind of inspect the piano.
Yeah.
To kind of just look at the gears and.
Yeah. You see there's this kind of player piano in the corner that has, like I said, this open face, and you see that there's kind of this intricate clockwork mechanisms inside there, like some weights and counterbalances that are moving and turning, and there's also a couple of crystals embedded in there as well. And you see the keys are just playing this ragtime melody on their own accord.
Do the crystals resemble the crystals we saw in the mine?
They do. They look like a sort of more refined version of what you saw in the mine. These have a bit more of a cut and shape to them, and have a very faint glow.
Okay.
While he's talking to to Jeff, I would like to, like, once he starts to walk away, I can be like, Jeff, my friend, may I ask, and you too, Billy, what do these crystals do? Like, why are they so valuable?
What Jeff's saying is that they're power crystals. The whole world practically runs off of them.
Okay.
Where are you from, friend?
Here and there. Under a rock, really, obviously, because I don't know much about anything. Power crystals, what are the power things, obviously? Is that magic, or is...
Yeah, they sort of like an arcane energy.
And you just plug it into things, and it's Charlie Brown theme song.
Gotta admit, don't know who Charlie Brown is. Also, I gotta admit, I don't understand the engineering of it all. I gotta say, keeps the lights on, keeps the piano playing. It's great.
And I don't want to get into the economics of the world, but like, how valuable is this crystal, would you say? Like, you know.
Oh, very. This entire town exists just to mine them.
Like a little small piece of it would be worth a pretty penny.
I'd say you could get a few specs for that, yeah.
And I'm gonna pull out the little tiny piece and go, how about I give you this for the trouble, the drinks and all that?
Well, you know, smaller they are, the less valuable they are, but this is more than enough to cover your tab.
It's yours.
I'm happy to take it as a trade in the tip. He sticks it in a kind of a breast pocket of his vest.
Mm-hmm.
And so what was your name, friend?
I am Detective Silcadre Ducard.
What a wonderful name. Billy, nice to meet you.
I'd wash that hand.
You see it heats up and burns off some grime.
I go like this. Appreciate all the information. We're gonna go on and try to figure out some things for you.
Good luck. Sounds like you came through at the right time for us.
I'm gonna go follow Big Daddy.
Yeah, exit as well.
Cool. You guys walk out into the main road of this town, kind of look around. You know, Billy told you that the sheriff could probably be found either in the sheriff's office or in the town hall. He also told you that in the town hall is where all of the sick folk are. So, whichever one you guys are wanting to pursue, you can.
I say we go to the town hall first and just, see how bad off these people are.
So, I mean, it sounds like they're not doing too well, Chief.
I don't know if this is...
We call him Chief.
Chief?
No, fellas, come on now.
We've talked about this before. It's strange when you call people Chief. Off-putting you.
Daddy, Chief, baby.
Why is he baby?
It's detective.
That's Detective Silcadre Ducard.
I'm a little drunk. If I be.
Fair enough.
What if this is a contagious illness? We wouldn't really want to go to their epicenter of where all the sick people are. Should we maybe not go to the sheriff first just to perhaps see what the point?
That's fair enough. I did think about that.
I think we should get to that sheriff first, but it sounds like the poison's in the water.
That's what I was thinking.
But I still think we should consult. I don't know how much I really want to look at a bunch of dead bodies that are alive.
You can stand outside.
Well, I'm saying that I think the sheriff's the best way to go.
Well, we can go to both. I'm just thinking maybe get some information from the sheriff about the illness first.
Yeah,
last thing
that's fair
I need
enough.
to do is have an upset tummy.
Okay.
You make some good points. Let's head on down to the sheriff's office.
Okay, so you guys walk down the street, making your way towards the sheriff's office. And as you do, you'll notice off to the side, there's this kind of metal tube with a handle coming out of the ground that you would recognize to be the well. And you see that there's kind of a rope off around it, kind of keeping people from getting to it. And a kind of a crude sign hammered into the ground that says, "Poisoned well, do not drink." But as you make your way further down the...
Turn the well on? Or is there no... Yeah, I just want to see what the water looks like.
Yeah, you go over, kind of step around the rope and kind of push down its handle a couple times, and you hear kind of a gurgling of water as the well starts to fill up. And then a few moments later, kind of a jet of water starts coming out, pretty high pressure. But the water looks normal. It's clear. If you catch some in your hand or whatever you want to, you'll see that it's a little dusty, which is kind of to be expected. But it doesn't have an off color or anything. Is there anything else you're looking for with that?
No, I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I could do like an investigation check, but I don't know what I would be looking for specifically.
Okay.
Just seeing like the weirdness
Seems
of it.
it'd be obvious. Yeah.
Maybe like a nature check or something.
Yeah. Well, sure. Give me.
I want to give it a
nature.
little taste and spit it right out, but I want to see if it's like
Yeah.
if it's still poison. I
You want to
guess.
give me a nature check as well? Then?
Yeah.
That is a 22.
22.
17.
17 out of 22. Silcadre, you maybe smell it, kind of feel it in your fingers a bit.
Definitely not putting it inside of my body.
Yeah, you said 22.
22.
With 22, you'll notice that there is a bit of I'll call it a bit of a sweet smell to it. Very faint, nothing that you would notice unless you were looking for it. And a very, very light, oily sensation to it.
Okay.
Again, not something you would necessarily detect if you were just grabbing a glass of water out of a random, mining town well. But since you're looking for it, you kind of pick up on that a little bit. No coloration, and not necessarily something potent enough for you to identify, but enough to notice that there is something different about this water.
Is there, with that 22, can I how do I say, recall other things that have had that consistency or smell or aroma that I'm like, oh, okay, usually things that are like this are...
I will say that what you recognize with the aroma, but more so with the feeling of it on your fingers, almost like a little residue that's left behind, is that of a very potent tincture or potion or poison. There's poisons that if you drink this whole bottle, you die. But there's also poisons that if you put this little drop in a barrel, and you drink out of that barrel, you die. This feels like something that was poisoned by a very potent, oil or extract almost.
Yeah. Does it feel magical?
I wouldn't say it feels magical, no. No, more alchemical.
And does it have a taste?
It doesn't have a very strong discernible taste, no.
Does he die?
With that little bit, if you just take a little sip and spit it out.
I literally just want to put my sausage finger in it and spit it out.
No, you don't die. You don't. I'll say that's not enough to experience the effects of it.
I don't think so.
This is a very arid, dry place, so it stands to reason that people who are drinking from the well are drinking a good amount of water to stay hydrated. So it'd probably take at least, you would both kind of guess maybe a full mug of water to experience the effects.
Okay.
Yeah, let's press on.
Cool. Great. So you continue on past the well and make your way down to the sheriff's office. You see that this building is one of the sheet metal buildings, so it's got kind of metal walls and kind of braces on the side. And it seems like one half of it is extra armored with with bars on the windows where you kind of suspect maybe there's a jail attached to it. You see there's a sign out front that says sheriff. And much like the saloon, there's shutter doors that you can walk through to enter in. But even from here, you can see there's a bit of a whiff of smoke or steam kind of coming out of the window. And a faint smell of tobacco on the air.
I'll walk in
Yeah, I'll walk on in.
first.
You walk on in, and you find yourself in a small office. There's one door on the other side that's armored. It says jail above that. But in this office, you see that there's a desk, and sitting at this desk is another warforged. So another one of these kind of clockwork humanoids. made of inorganic material. But this one's a bit larger than the other one. You see he's wearing this big kind of Stetson hat that's kind of tucked down a bit over his head. He's got a vest with a big kind of gear on it that says sheriff, almost like a badge. He's got his boots up on the desk and he's smoking from this metal pipe, kind of like a metallic cigar almost. And he's looking through a book in his lap as you guys walk in. He looks up and you see leaning up against the wall behind him as well as this big double-barrel shotgun. Well. More people coming through town. Didn't expect to have any visitors anytime soon.
I guess this place just all the organic, no offense, the organic folk have perished from the water. Not perished, but are down. And it's just being ran by the constructs. I don't know the proper word for what you guys are.
I'm sorry, he is also a Warforged?
Yes.
I thought there was a Warforged behind him. Okay.
No.
And he's the only one in the room?
Correct.
Okay.
Nobody's
Sorry.
in the jail cells or nothing? Or?
There's a door that leads to the jail, but you can't see the cells themselves.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's just them. You see, closes the book he was reading, sticks it like under his desk, and takes his feet off the desk and leans forward. That's right. That's a correct assumption there. Us constructs are the only ones naturally immune to the poison, for the most part, at least.
What's your name, Sheriff?
Name's Sheriff McAllister, at your service. I should ask the same of the three strangers come wandering into my town.
Kind of a ghost town here, Sheriff, isn't it?
Yeah, you could say so. Sticks his kind of metal cigar in a little stand off to the side.
How long you been running this little town here? This all happened on your watch?
Afraid to say that it did. I've been running this town nigh on 6 months now.
There's no meat sack should have been running this place?
I was first sheriff here. Set up with the mining company, I did.
Oh, so this whole town here is fairly new then?
Yeah, pretty new to the town it is, yeah. Came around town, set up mining company. And then I came along with it to help set up the law and order in these parts. Yeah.
Doesn't seem like you're doing too good of a job here, Sheriff. Seems like all hell's breaking loose. Seems like you are sitting in here with your boots up. We got people out there dying.
Coming on pretty strong, my friend. Coming on pretty strong in my office here.
That's just how he is. Excuse Big Daddy.
Let me tell you something. You don't get to be two-time inter-universal champion without being a little pushy.
This isn't a
Two-time.
pushy time. Just have a seat.
You got them bandits across that lake there. What you doing about it?
Well, one man with a gun, my friend. You think I can go over there and just dally them all up like a bunch of ducks? Huh?
I'll tell you what, Sheriff. You're in luck, because today you just got 3 more men and a whole lot more guns.
All right.
Did you say that you're two-time international...
Inter-universal.
Inter-universal. You see, he kind of calms down a bit more, kind of hearing those words. Where'd you say you're from again?
We're just passing through is all.
I know, I've heard that barrel fish before. Where are you from? Not asking what you're doing. I know where you are. Don't care where you're going. I want to know where you're from.
Well, we just woke up in that mine.
I don't know where I'm from, Sheriff. I woke up in the mine, as did these two.
Sheriff?
I see. What? You know, you're right. I came on a little too hard, a little bit too defensive. Our town is in need of help, and you must be here to help us.
That's correct. We're just here to get
That's
some
all
answers.
I needed to hear.
I would like to see if it seems as though he's being facetious or truthful. Like,
Give me an insight check.
I would also like to make
Sure.
God.
I'll do one.
8.
16.
Never mind, I didn't do one. Now I got a 9.
16, he seems to be truthful, not facetious.
Well, Sheriff, we're here to help you. Why don't you pick up that old boomstick, lace him up, and we're gonna go save this town.
Now, I'm not one to abandon my town, People here need me. They're sick. Over yonder, I'm the only one who can really tend to them without much fear of infection.
Are there any people in the town that aren't sick? I mean, besides Jeff.
Oh, yeah, there's Jeff. He's got his own antidote, if you will. I'm not sick. Billy's not sick. Well, shame to say it. Bit embarrassed too. Ones didn't get sick, the same ones who poisoned us. Those bandits across the way, they're our own townsfolk. They went rogue.
Are those bandits, are they humans or are they constructs like yourself?
They're dwarfs.
They're dwarves.
Dwarves, yeah.
Dwarves.
They're short ones, big beards.
Got a race war going on.
Whoa, I wouldn't go throwing around phrases like that, my friend. You don't know the history of this place, it seems, if you evaporated in our mind, I tell you. Don't want another robo-dwarf war around here. Shit.
Is the sense that the alcohol is like killing off the poison, or is it just that Jeff never drinks water?
I think it's more the latter, that Jeff never drinks water.
Okay, cool.
Just decrepit. His pee is black.
So we were just down at the saloon there, talking to the
Oh, Billy
bartender.
Lang.
Yeah, Billy.
Good man, that Billy Lang.
Yeah, he was kind of telling us, it lines up with what you're saying. Everybody is in the town hall, holed up, sick from drinking the water.
And that's about the...
Is there anything else we need to know?
All people sick, they got the glaze over eyes just sitting there, staring up at the ceiling. It's a real shame to see. And there's 5 people across the ravine there, holed up in an old mine, and that's where the water is. It's feeding our well. Those bastards put poison in the well.
There's only 5 of them?
5 by my count, yes, sir.
I say
I like our chances.
we usually try to do a whole shebang and discover the mystery. And I'd like to fight somebody.
Life's short.
Life is short.
Life is short.
Let's just go kill him.
Or at least put a real hurting on them.
We can do that too. I wouldn't mind shred, and I'm like, as I say shred, he kind of like, and then like Hulk in Endgame when he's like, no, and then goes back in. Kind of like that. Like, I wouldn't mind shredding somebody. Just to get
When
it
we
out
were
of my body.
when we were coming here, we walked through the mine, and there was a worker down there.
Well, they're really.
His eyes were glazed over, just like how you're saying the poison folks are, but he was working, and we couldn't get him to stop.
Completely unresponsive.
It wouldn't stop.
Wouldn't stop. We physically
Big Daddy
stopped him.
grabbed his
What
pickaxe
was he? He was picking away there.
He was.
Crystals.
Picking away the
specifically.
crystal. It wouldn't stop.
No.
Well.
He wouldn't even look at us. Wouldn't respond.
Well, thanks for letting me know about that. I'll have to go down and check it out, make sure he's doing all right, maybe getting back to the town hall.
So
Is
that
there a-
that hasn't been the case with any of the other poison victims.
I ain't had him stumbling out to go do work. No, that's the first one for me, I'll say.
Interesting.
That's the first one. But I'll go check in on him, see if I can get him to calm down a little bit.
Is there any laws against being in possession of these power crystals that are in your world?
Unrefined power crystals are they're a commodity here, right? And they go for a pretty penny, I'll tell you that. But there's no law against having them. You can have them as long as they're yours to have.
Sure. I was just wondering. I didn't know if it was like one of those things, you know.
You suggesting this is a legal operation?
No. I'm saying if I happen to find a crystal on the ground and I keep it myself or something.
Well, all
if
the
that-
crystals around here would be property of the mining company.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand that.
So that would be a form of
Yeah.
illegal business.
And these things, they power just about everything, right? And I'm like looking around. I assume.
Yeah, there's a
something powered
lantern
by
there.
it.
That's about right. Yeah, once they're refined and processed and infused, these babies, they go for years.
I want to look at the gun back there. Is it just a gunpowder gun, or does it look like it's like cogged up with the power crystal.
Cogged up with the power crystal. So it looks like a double barrel, but it's got kind of two crystals set, almost like where you'd load in shells, kind of set it back behind the hammer. There's these two crystals sticking out the back.
And I guess weaponry too, guns and the like are also powered by a crystal.
Only the good ones.
Huh.
He pats his shotgun. Only the good ones.
Are there any other constructs like yourself running this place, or is it just you and Billy?
Just me and Billy Lane. Just me and Billy Lane. We're the only two around here. The rest are all flesh and blood.
Well, I think we might go and just, kill them dwarves.
Well, that would be, I tell you what, that would
rid
make
of
my
them.
job a lot easier.
How are you going to clean up the water supply?
Well, hopefully once you get in there, clear those dwarves out, we can clear out the poison, whatever they're dumping in there. And after some time, clear out, get some nice fresh water in here. Maybe that's what those people need across the way.
And I did have one more question here. This illness, it's not contagious or nothing. Do you think if I went to check out the town hall, I wouldn't be getting coughed on? And
I won't claim to
do
be
you
any
guys
kind of
have a mask
epidemiologist.
mandate in this town?
Kyle, what are you talking about? He pulls his gun. No.
Sorry, sir, you need a mask to come into this bar.
As far as I know, it's not contagious by air. Maybe by spit. Don't know, but Jeff, for example, he hasn't had any water, hasn't gotten sick. He's been around the sick folk, also hasn't gotten sick.
You said you've only been sheriff here for 6 months?
That's right, but town's only been here for 6 months.
And when did those dwarves move in across the ravine?
Well, they started their shenanigans about 3 days ago.
Okay.
Normally I'd take a whole posse and go over there and clear them out. But all my posse men are sick. Across the way, and Billy Lane ain't much for fighting. And Jeff ain't much good for anything else.
I'm tired of all this jibber jabbing. Let's get on moving.
I agree. I know this is kind of wild, but we could use some extra firepower.
We could.
Could we?
Could we?
If you had another firearm that I could...
Could we perhaps use that gun back there? Or do you have any extra weaponry?
You want to take old Sally with you?
I don't want to take yours, but if you have anything else, I'll be glad to take it. If you would let Sally come with us, by all means, I would carry that thing through hell and back. By Jesus' name.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Give me a persuasion check.
Yeah. With advantage, since I mentioned Jesus?
Since I used the Lord's name,
That's how it works.
no.
Persuasion check. It's gonna be a 9.
I got strict rules about handing out firearms willy-nilly like that, and least of all, old Sally. Now, if you are the rough shooting, punching people you say you are, you don't need none of those firearms. The last thing I want is for you to go over there and get killed, and those bandits to have one more of our weapons. Now, if you think you can handle it, you can handle it.
That's fair, that is fair.
But I don't want anything else going in the hands of those no good, rotten scallywags. You understand me?
Yeah. Who owns the mines in this town, I presume?
That would be Amelia McAllister.
Okay. Well, you have the same last name as this Amelia. Are they your creator?
Damn. She's my wife.
A,
He sniffles a bit.
a human?
Yeah.
Oh my! I
And she's sick as a dog. Try not to think about it. She's over there.
Can I tell if he's being sincere?
Yeah.
His reaction?
Give me an insight check.
Now McAllister is her last name, your last name. She took your last name.
You took her last name.
It's a 14.
You took her last name.
How does that work?
She is your mama.
Robots cry?
Oil leaking out. With the 14, he seems to be sincere. This is his wife. She is sick.
And she is the owner and proprietor of the mines, the entire operation?
My wife, she's a go-getter. She went and set up this whole operation, saw the opportunity, scrapped together some workers, and one thing led to another. We got one of the best operations on this side of the
So
world.
it's not no like super corporation or no like big thing. It's just
Grassroots all the way through.
So this lady, her wife, owns the mines, hired some folks.
That's right.
Now here we are.
That is right. That is right. I miss her. I miss her. I hope we can get this all cleaned up.
We're gonna try our best. Just
Do you have any intel on what kind of firepower we're going to be dealing with these dwarves?
They might have one or two firearms themselves. Now, nothing like old Sally here, but they got some side pieces.
Okay.
Without any doubt, got some side pieces.
side piece.
And I'm going to kind of slide my blaster.
Oh!
Well, I think we'll be able to deal with them.
What do we have here? What kind of make and model we got, Rocky?
I don't think it's anything you've ever seen. And I kind of hand it over so we can look at it.
Do you mind? He takes it.
Yeah.
Well, look at this.
What does it look
There's no
like
crystal
again?
in this thing.
Like, you know those like Jetson guns where it's like this round
It's
and
got the like.
it's got the circles.
Yeah.
And the end is kind of like trumpeted.
It's like the alien blaster in the Fallout.
It's like very futuristic, or is it just like a Han Solo type?
My idea was more of something like out of like
The plasma.
yeah, like a plasma blaster from
Yeah.
Fallout. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, this looks more like an alchemical device than it does a firearm, but I imagine you can do some pretty good damage with this, huh?
Well, it's been my trusted side piece for years.
What do you name it?
No name.
Ah. Well,
Holster it.
maybe someday then, huh?
That's the name. The name is
No name. That's clever right there.
That's dangerous. Have a no name.
Oh, yeah. No name, dangerous work.
Well, Sheriff, if you could just point us in the right direction, we'll go hopefully make easy work of these dwarves.
Well, please. You see he stands up and shoulders little Sally across his shoulder and walks out. Doors creak open as he leads you back into the street. And he turns to the right and kind of on the other side of the town from the mine that you guys came from. You see there's this big ravine and there's this kind of metal-enforced wooden span bridge going across the ravine. He points to a hill on the other side where there's another cave entrance, and you see there's kind of a barricade around it. Right about there on that hill is where those no good dwarven bandits have held themselves up. And that's where they deliver the poison to our water supply and cause all kinds of no good shenanigans. So I think you kindly just go up there and take care of them and come back. You can bring the bodies, we can do a proper burial. They're twisted and they're wrong, but they were part of this town, so.
We can manage that.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Big Daddy,
Head on.
feeling good?
Let's do it.
Best of luck, gentlemen. I hope to see you come back the other way a short time from now.
I'll see you shortly, Sheriff.
Great, so he's gonna stand outside and watch you guys head off. Are you gonna proceed directly to the mine that he pointed out, or?
No, I usually don't like to do this, but we could steal. There's a bunch of places around here. We're not into stealing. I'm so sorry. I'm not feeling myself today. Let's actually just keep on going.
All
Forget I
right.
said anything.
Okay, so
Is it
Carter,
something you need?
No, there's nothing I need. I'm just
something you wanted then.
No, I just feel crazy. I thought I'd bring it up. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, I'd rather just
Yeah,
continue on.
Let's just continue on. And I'm just gonna
As
kind of
we're-
kick the dirt and go,
All right.
Winwood would have stolen with me. He kicks the dirt.
As we're walking, I'm gonna. You know, Detective, did you pick up on anything weird? You think it's a little strange that all the humans are gone and these two constructs are running the town?
I do think that's a little strange. I mean, Jeff is over there in the corner, so
He's harmless.
yeah.
Town drunk, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He seemed sincere about his wife, but
And the owner of the whole operation is his wife.
yeah.
I mean, marry who you want, but a construct,
It just seems a little odd to me.
yeah.
I said he did. He seems sincere, but that doesn't mean that
Just seems a little strange.
there ain't something afoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say when we get to this, these here dwarves, we
Talk to him.
and then we put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, the bloodbath was a little bit of a bit on my part, just to kind of
Yeah.
rile up the sheriff there, see what his reaction was. I do think we should talk to these dwarves, though. I think that would be a mighty good
Yeah. Get both
position
sides
we
of the
take.
story.
You know, because what if we go in there and the dwarves are like, and then I proceed to explain exactly what happens in Cole's setup right now, and Cole's like, Yeah, we go in there and, you know, they have a story of how they were mistreated or something.
Yeah.
This,
All right, well, yeah, we'll just figure that out when we get there.
yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Don't come any further, I'm gonna shoot!
You don't even know if it's good or not. You're just dumping it in the water. What do you think, Detective? Red or blue?
You wanna arm wrestle me?
When he walks in the door, I'm just gonna turn around and start firing.
That's what you get for messing. But these three boys right here,